the 21st law of leadership, and the final law. Somebody asked me one time, said, John, why did you write the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership? I said, because there are 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. If there had been 22, I would have written the 22 irrefutable laws of leadership. There's 21. And the last one is the law of legacy. And the law of legacy says a leader's lasting value is measured by succession. In fact, Max Dupree, who wrote a great book called Leadership is an Art, said succession is one of the key responsibilities of leadership. I'm often reminded when I think of the law of legacy of the relay race. I had a coach one time of a very successful track team tell me that when you're doing the relay race and you have 4 runners, he said, John, the race is always won or lost. When the competition is keen and good, the race is always won or lost in the exchange zone. Those few yards where one runner is reaching out to a runner that is running before him, trying to pass on the baton, he said, that's where the race is won or lost. He said, the best coaches spend most time teaching the runners how to hand off the baton. In fact, he said, let me put it this way. Every other part of the race is individual. Every other part of the race is dependent upon a person's skill and speed and ability and giftedness. He said, there's no question about it. But when it comes to the exchange zone, that's when no longer are you running for yourself. You're running for somebody else. And your ability to put them in the best position. He said, a good exchange in the exchange zone can give a runner even up to, he said, sometimes up to a second, which can be the deciding difference in a competitive match. And he said, John, teaching the runners how to go from one to the other, how to hand off that baton, he said, is absolutely essential. The law of legacy, the law of succession says that you and I need to know how to hand off the baton well to other leaders so that our work, our business, our company, our organization can live way beyond ourselves. In your notes, I write 4 things. Achievement comes when someone is able to do great things for himself or for herself. That's achievement. Success comes when he or she empowers followers to do great things with them. Significant comes when he develops leaders to do great things for him. But legacy comes when he raises his organization to do great things without him. What we're talking about now is leaving a legacy. I'm in my middle 50s, and I can tell you this is more important to me than anything else now. I'm running a decent race. I'm certainly doing my best, giving it my best shot, trying to help other people. I want to continue doing that. Have no desire to ever slow down or quit. I don't even think retirement is a word that I know. But here's what I do know. I'm much more concerned about passing the baton off than I ever have before. I'm spending a lot of time with young leaders. In fact, I love to be around young leaders. I have a Catalyst conference every year in Atlanta that is for leaders under 40. There'll be between 3,000 and 4,000 young leaders here this year. And it's a great time of excitement as I share leadership principles out of my life. And I'm going to talk to them about if they could spend this year I'm going to talk about if they could spend one evening with me, here are the things that I would share with a young leader. Just words of wisdom and advice. Because I really want to pass the baton off well to someone else. In fact, I think there's really only one appropriate way to close not only this law, the law of legacy. I think there's only one way to close the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. So let me just take a moment and set the music stand aside and all the lecture notes. And let me just for, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, let me talk to you about my leadership journey and where I am now, and what I think and what I feel. The first thing I would say to you about my journey is this. I want to make a difference. Now, that's nothing new. I've wanted to make a difference for a long time. In fact, as kind of a young person starting off in life wanting to be successful, back in the 20s, I can honestly say that I would say to you, I want to make a difference. So I worked hard and did everything that I could to make a difference. And to be honest with you, I was making a difference. And that was very good. But then I went into my 30s, and one day I realized that although I was making a difference, I wasn't hitting full stride at all. I wasn't reaching my potential. I wasn't really doing what I knew that perhaps I could do, and I knew that I wasn't idling, but I wasn't hitting full stride. So in my 30s, I went from I want to make a difference to a whole new level. I went to this level. I want to make a difference with people. That's when I began to understand that if I was really going to accomplish a lot, I was going to have to be able to lead people. That's when I began to have a passion for leadership, because all of a sudden I realized if I want to make a difference, I've got to make a difference with people. And the only way that you can make a difference with people is learning how to lead. That began me on my journey of being passionate about learning leadership. Read all the books I could read and still read all the books on leadership. If it's a leadership book, I bought it, I can guarantee you. If it's got the word leadership on it, I'm reading, I'm learning, I'm still continuing. Because I realized I want to make a difference, but I want to make a difference with people. So I began to, in my 30s, include people in my life. People that I thought could take the journey with me. As I closed my 30s, I thought, I still haven't hit my peak yet. And I want to make a difference in the 20s was good, and I want to make a difference with people in the 30s was good. But what I learned in the 30s was that a lot of the people I had join my team, they weren't helping me. So in my 40s, I went to a whole new level. See, in my 40s, I went from I want to make a difference in my 20s to I want to make a difference with people in my 30s to by the time I got 40, I was saying I want to make a difference with people, hang on now, who want to make a difference. Oh. All of a sudden I understood the law of the inner circle, and those closest to me will determine the level of my success. And all of a sudden I said, I'm not out to recruit people. My goal isn't people on my team. My goal is the right people on my team. And there I began to be passionate about selecting the right people and choosing and hiring well and understanding what I needed and who I wanted and having a picture and a profile of a potential leader and bringing people on whose abilities were matched with their passion. And I found that when I started wanting to make a difference with people who wanted to make a difference, everything started compounding in my life. So as I entered my 40s, I thought, hey, I'm doing pretty good. And then I realized as I turned 50, I'm still not there. There's a higher level. There's a higher level than I want to make a difference in my 20s to I want to make a difference with people in my 30s to I want to make a difference with people who want to make a difference in my 40s. You see, when I turned 50, I stepped it up again. You see, now I want to make a difference with people who want to make a difference doing something that makes a difference. All of a sudden, I began to ask myself the question, what am I living for? What am I doing this for? What's the return? And you see, that's when you begin to stake your life on things that have greater potential than yourself. That's where I decided that I wanted to add value to people because people are the only appreciable asset in any organization. That's where I began to make decisions and I began to do things that I think perhaps can last beyond me. The reason that I'm teaching the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership to you is because I truly believe if you'll be a student of these laws, if you'll do more than write in blanks in a notebook, but you'll become a student, and every day you'll learn to lead better, and you'll talk to leaders and listen to leaders, and you'll do leadership stuff. Here's what I believe in you, and here's what I think about you, and here's what I think about our time we've spent together. Oh, the 21 laws of leadership, that's not the end. That's the beginning. And I only want you to learn these laws if you're committed to adding value to people. I only want you to apply these laws if you're committed to handing off the baton to the next generation and letting them go above you. Here's what I know in closing. My time with you is extremely profitable because you're going to take these laws and you're going to learn them and you're going to apply them and you're going to be better at them than I am. And although I may never meet you all personally, it's going to have a huge return. Because as you pour your life into others, as I've tried to pour my life into you, here's what I know. We'll add value to other people. And when we add value to other people, we add value to lives and organizations and communities and families. That's a good bottom line. That's worth me teaching leadership to you. Thank you very much.